Okay, so let's discuss what is a protocol. Okay, so we have discussed that when two or more than when these machines devices they talk to each other, so they are using protocols. They are using the protocol, and how the protocols are specified. So we have discussed its procedure. Okay, so now discuss what is the protocol. So protocol is as we have discussed that the protocol it defines the format, the content, the format, the order of messages sent and received among network entities. Network entities means network devices, network applications, and actions taken on the message transmission and receipt. That is, for example, a human protocol. If a person asks what is the time, what is the time, so what does it mean? So it is that syntax. Syntax is what is the time, and it has semantics. What does it mean? It means that the person is asking about the time. What is the current time? So the answer will be the time is, for example, 3 past, quarter past 3 o'clock, etc. Okay. So I have a question. So what does it mean? That some person wants to ask the question. So so similarly, the machine they talk to each other in the internet. So they use protocols. So these protocols they define the format and the order of the message. Okay. So and what action should be taken. Okay. So for example, this is the a machine. For example, this is a desktop, this is a server. This machine sends TCP connection request message. So this means that this message means that will be defined in the protocol that when a node or machine wants to establish connection, so it has to send TCP connection request message. Okay, so when the server receives the message, so the server has the protocol. It will be specified in the protocol format, in the syntax, in the semantics. That when you receive this message, so it means that someone is requesting for TCP connection. Okay, so when this is received, so what action will be taken? When the server receives this message, so the server will respond with the TCP connection response. With the TCP connection response. So okay, so the protocol defines that what should be the message format, what should be the order of message sent and received, and when a message is received or sent, what action should be taken. Okay, so here you can see that when this desktop machine it wants to connect to establish connection, so it has to send the TCP connection request message. This is the action. And then when this message is sent by this desktop, so this desktop is now waiting for the response. It is now waiting for the response. So it will be defined in the protocol. And when this server receives this message, TCP connection request, so it means that it will be defined in the protocol format, in the syntax and semantics, that someone is requesting for a connection. So it has to reply with the TCP connection response. So when this message is received, so this server will take this action. It will send the TCP connection response. And here also the desktop is waiting for the response. So when it receives the response, so it means that the connection is established. And now they can exchange the data. So now this desktop machine, it is sending that get this. That means that it needs this message, this file. So when it is received by a server, so the server will send the file. Okay, find it. So the protocol defines the message orders. That what kind of, for example, when you establish the connection, so you first have to send TCP connection request. So this is the order of the message. The first is connection request message will be sent, and then the connection response message will be sent. The connection request message will be sent for the first. So this is defined in the protocol. Okay. So it is analogous. Its analogy is like human. They are talking to each other. For example, this is the Alice. This is the Bob. Alice is say hi. So Bob will say what? Bob will say the same hi. So it is because if someone is asking Assalamu alaikum, so what should be your response? Wa alaikum salam. Okay, so if Alice is asking, got the time, what is the time? So Bob will say, okay, the time is 2 o'clock. Okay, so the protocols, they also define the format, the order of the message, and what action should be sent. Okay, so basically the protocol, it defines all these things. Okay, so the human protocol is that, for example, what is the time? I have a question. Okay, so the specific messages are sent for a particular task. If you want to achieve a certain task in a protocol, so there will be defined a message format. So you have to send that message. And when a message is received, so in the protocol it is defined that if the message is received, what action you have to take. Okay, so all these things, they are defined in the protocol. Okay, so we have already discussed, okay, that in the internet we have machines, mobile nodes, routers, access point, cards, and the applications. They are talking to each other. They are not human. So how they convey the message to each other? Okay, and how they, when they get a message, how they understand that what action should be taken. So these things, they are defined in the protocol. They are defined by protocols. Okay, they are defined by protocols. Okay, so the protocol is used to define the format, the order of the message is sent and received, and when the message is sent, what action should be sent, when the message is received, what particular action should be transmitted. So all these things, they are defined. The protocol defines the syntax and semantic of the messages. Syntax and semantics of the messages. So the network, it has the machines rather than humans. So when they talk to each other, how they communicate with each other, how they convey their messages to each other. So all the communication activities, all the message conveying mechanism, they are governed by protocols. They are governed by protocols. So this is an example. Now we are going to, so far we have discussed what is the internet. So from nuts and bolts view, the internet is composed of machines and systems, routers, and they are connected through communication links. And how they talk to each other by using protocol. And from service point of view, what is internet? Internet is a communication infrastructure that provides communication to different applications, between two applications, among more than two applications. Okay, now we are going to discuss more about the internet. We are going to discuss more detail about internet, and that detail includes network edge. What does network edge means? So one thing that is clear, okay, one thing that you have already understood, that in the internet we have two types of devices. One is called end systems, like mobile phone, desktop, laptop, desktop. These are called end systems. These are called end system. End system is that there are application running. The user access the internet through these applications. Okay, for example, here we have discussed if you do remember, here we have discussed the internet, it has end systems, and these end systems are what? These are hosts, they are end systems. For example, PC, server, laptop, smartphone, and they runs applications. For example, Skype is running here, WhatsApp, YouTube, Gmail, Yahoo Mail, etc. And through these application, through this network application, the user access the internet. For example, if you are accessing the internet, so you are accessing through application. For example, YouTube, Skype, etc. So one is this, and second is the router. The router are what? The router are just forward the message on the best path. On the best path. For example, this router, it has multiple links. For example, if this laptop wants to send the message, to this machine. So it will be sent to this router. Now this router will forward to this router. Now this router has multiple choice, this path, this path. So this is the functionality of router to define the best path. So it will forward on the best path. So the router functionality is forwarding. Okay. So therefore the network, the internet, it is basically divided into two parts. One is called network edge. What is called? Network edge. Network edge means where the end hosts are attached directly to internet. This is called network edge. Network edge means where the host, client and server machines, they are attached to the internet. This is called network edge. So here host means end system, the app where the network application runs, where the user sits, where the user use internet. So this is called network edge network, access network. So to connect the host to the internet, so this part, this is called access network. So for access network we have different physical media. For example, you can connect to the internet through PTCL line modem, to dial up, or you can connect to the internet through Wi-Fi. You can connect to internet through 3G, 4G. So these are the access networks. Okay. So you can connect this, for example, this end system is connected through wireless. This is connected through wireless. So in the wireless we have different technology. For example, this is connected through the Wi-Fi. This is connected through 3G, 4G. The car is connected to 3G. This is connected through, for example, through satellite. Okay. And it can be wired. For example, here, the desktop, it is connected to the internet through the wired. Okay. And this wire can be cable. It can be a fiber optics, etc. So there are different access network technologies and we will discuss them in detail. Okay. So you should understand that what is the access network. Access network means the communication links, the network that connects the end system to the internet. This is called access network. And there are different access network technologies. Okay. And the other is network core, that how these routers are connected to each other. So this is called network core. And network core, its functionality is what? It receives the data from the end system and deliver this data through the core network to the destination end system. So the core network is the interconnected routers. The routers, they are interconnected to each other. These are called core network. It is also called network of network because this is a one network, this is another network, this is another network, and they are connected to each other. This is called internet. So it means that the network structure, it can be divided into two parts. What are these two parts? Network edge. Network edge means the part where the end system are directly connected to the internet. This is called network edge. And how the end system are connected to the internet, they are connected. This is called access network, and there are different type of access technologies. We will discuss it next class. And the other part is called when the routers, they are connected to each other. So these routers are connected to each other. So this is called core network part. This is called core network, and it can be network of networks because here this is one network, this is another network, and they are connected to each other. So they are network of network. Okay. So by this we have this class is ends, and we have discussed these topics. Okay. So in the next class we will discuss some other topics. Okay.